On today's episode, we're joined by Catelyn Hooser, founder and owner of Chug NWA, a soft drink company that specializes in fun beverages. Tune in to learn how she turned a mobile drink truck into a brick-and-mortar storefront. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Startup Junkies podcast. Thank you for tuning in however and wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Daniel Koonce, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Jeff Amerine. Jeff, how are we doing?
Great. And we haven't really been drinking ahead of time. We'll talk about these awesome drinks we've had here.
Yeah, we have a couple yummy soft drinks in front of us. We'll touch on those later.
Non-alcoholic.
No alcohol today.
Exactly.
Well, we're joined by our new friend. She's a hairstylist. She's a mother of three.
Yes.
She's the founder and owner of Chug NWA, Catelyn Hooser.
Hello.
Catelyn, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for making the trip and joining us today.
It's not very far.
It's not far, but
No.
we appreciate you
Yes.
making it. So the way we kind of like to start these things off, give us the elevator pitch for Chug NWA.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, take your time.
So Chug is a soda shop here in Farmington. We started with a mobile trailer that we did large events, things like that, vintage market days, the county fair, and we've slowly grown. I realized about a year in that we were going to need a larger vehicle, to say the least. So we purchased a truck, had her built out, and that's what we are now. And then about a year ago, I took the big jump, to open a storefront, and that's where we are today. And so my main goal is just to have fun with this and see where it takes us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your background. How did you come to start this company?
Oh, so I feel like I've always had kind of an entrepreneurial spirit about me. I grew up seeing my dad do the same thing with different businesses. I grew up a very traditional home life where the boys kind of did all the big work. And I was always kind of jealous of that as a kid, as a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to do something for myself. And I got a wild idea and told my husband about it. And he supported it. And here we are today.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy. And what year was this that it officially launched?
So we launched in 2021. So it's been a couple of years, or 22. 22.
I was about to say, my notes say 22.
Okay.
The notes I get
COVID
says
has thrown
22.
me off.
Okay.
COVID's throwing me off. So
How'd
22.
you decide on soda as the focus? Talk about that.
So it's kind of crazy how it came about. When I went to purchase the trailer, my first original trailer, I had a different idea that I wanted to do something else. And the girl that I purchased it from, she was doing like baked goods and like coffee, and she had said sodas. I thought, well, I've never been a coffee person. I don't drink alcohol, and I've always loved sodas. And so on the way home from that, I told my husband, I said, maybe we need to do sodas. And so that's kind of how it got started. And I kind of searched the internet for different ideas, and I developed our menu myself. And we've just been running with it.
So your list of sodas that you get there is not something you could run somewhere down the street or down the road or many places to get, right?
No.
That's sort of the unique differentiation.
Yeah, all the recipes are either I have come up with, or I let the girls that work for me come up with recipes as well, depending on what the season is, or different things like that.
What do you find in terms of your typical customer? Who's coming in?
Oh, we see all kinds of people. We see a ton of guys, surprisingly, but we see a lot of young women, moms with kids, just moms wanting a little treat for themselves during the middle of the day. High school kids we see a ton of college kids. So that's always fun to see them from the U of A come out to Farmington.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Do your customers kind of vary from having, the mobile truck to having the store, or is it all kind of the same?
It's all the same. We do see a more mature clientele base or customer base, if you will, at like our shows that wouldn't necessarily come into our store. But we see a lot of people that come into our store or at our truck will say, oh, I've seen them on social media. So we really see all kinds of different ages and types of people come in.
Yeah. And to give our audience a little bit of an idea, what are we drinking here today?
So on my right here, we have the Cowboy, which is our top seller, number one. It's a Dr. Pepper with vanilla and our fresh, we make our own cream mixture, coconut cream.
Yeah, wow.
No bacon grease?
Nope.
Anything like that? Okay.
No, might be a little too heavy.
A little heavy.
A little heavy. And then you have the float trip, which is totally
awesome.
a guy's drink. Mainly men get this drink, surprisingly, for some reason. It's root beer, butterscotch, and vanilla.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good combo.
I can attest
great.
to this. Very, very wonderful.
It's good.
Yummy soda. Good Monday afternoon treat. You know?
I think so.
It's a treat.
Yeah.
I like to have a treat in the afternoons. You
Yeah.
know, can't do water. So.
No.
You drink this and you can still drive home.
Mhm, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the
Which
great
is
thing
awesome.
about this.
Exactly.
Well, we're kind of talking about the differences, or at least I was, between the store and the mobile truck.
Yes.
I want to know in terms of operations, how are they different?
Oh, the truck adds a whole nother layer of stress to the business. Not only do you have the truck itself, making sure that it's running, you've got the machines inside. There's just a lot. The truck is a lot more stress than the storefront is, but we see so many fun people with the truck, and we get to serve so many groups of people with the truck that we probably wouldn't normally get to see coming into the storefront. So that's the aspect of the truck that I really do enjoy, is getting to serve teachers and kids and corporate events and birthday parties. So we've done so many different events with the truck that we wouldn't get to do with the storefront.
And what are some of those events you've done so far this year?
Oh, this year we've already had Vintage Market Days, which is always a really big one. We've done a 30th birthday party. Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up, and that one is huge for us.
Yeah.
We keep the roads hot with the truck that week. Last week, we just had Lineman Appreciation Day. That one was in the storefront. Lineman Appreciation is very special to us. We want to take the truck out, but the linemen are kind of hard to catch throughout the day. So that one's always fun for us. And then what else have we done? We've got Walmart shareholders coming up soon, which is always crazy.
That
one's crazy.
Imagine how crazy that's going to be.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
And it's just drinks, no food, right?
So we have added soft pretzels in.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We've started doing those in the truck too, and those have really been great too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a little salty treat.
And it's just the smell too, and all that is an attractant. You know, that's like they do with what is it, Annie's pretzels or whatever.
Yes.
You smell that in the airport. You can smell it everywhere in there,
absolutely.
and it's definitely attracts people.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have you found that your average ticket increases by virtue of having that?
It does, absolutely. And that was something I wanted to build our revenue up, was to add something else, something for people to eat. I like a snack with a soda, of course. And so that was kind of the direction that we went. But then we also started to offer a larger size cup versus just a one size cup. And that definitely
This is definitely the big gulp size.
It sure is.
This is the super size for sure.
Sure is.
Absolutely.
It is. Gets the job done.
That's awesome.
Well, you've added pretzels. Any other food coming in the future?
Maybe. I've thought about it. I haven't nailed anything down yet, but I've definitely got some ideas.
What
for
ideas
sure.
have you kind of played with?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't want to air. I don't know.
I don't know if I can say yet, because I haven't nailed anything down yet. So maybe sweet, maybe salty. It could go either way.
Next time we have you on the podcast, we'll follow up on that question.
Definitely.
Are you an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur looking to get plugged into the ecosystem? We host a ton of events designed for education, inspiration, and collaboration, from weekly meetups to quarterly events like pitch competitions and annual events like our marquee event, the Startup Crawl, which is the largest startup party in Arkansas. Check out our event page on our website, sign up, and we'll see you there.
I imagine you want to keep the production and simple, right?
Absolutely.
So that you can stay focused on delivery excellence and not have it be too complicated.
Absolutely. That's something that I've really strived to have. Is I want the girls and the one boy that works for me is to be very efficient and quick. I don't want people to be waiting for a long amount of time to get just a few things. You know, there's other businesses you go through and it takes forever to get your one or two items. And I want people to move quickly. So that's something that I really kind of push on to my employees, is let's move efficiently and very quickly.
Talk about your team a little bit. What kind of folks are you looking for? Talk a little bit about
Yes. So
what
I've got
they
a
do.
great team. We started out originally, I wanted to stick to all girls. Going back to my childhood of always kind of the boys always getting to do, no offense, always getting to do like the fun, like the bigger stuff. And so I really wanted to stick with mainly a female staff.
Sure.
And so I have added one guy onto my team when he's been great. He's fit right in. But the people that work for me, I want them to learn that you can do hard things.
Sure.
So I teach all of my girls, employees, to run the generator, how to start the generator, how to hook the generator up, how to do these things that you're probably not going to learn unless you physically do them and learn. So
that's great.
I have a great group of girls and guy. They're either high school or college age. And one of my main things is I need them to work hard and to be quick and efficient.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
So that gives a lot of clues about the culture that you're building there.
Yes. We have a great culture.
Fantastic.
That's one of my main goals is to have fun. So if you see our social media, we love to have fun. We have a great group. So it's always a good time.
Work hard and play hard.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Super good.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you're doing a great job with your team, teaching them, how to work hard and, like you said, do hard things.
Absolutely.
Your entrepreneurial journey, what's like a hard thing you've done that you learned from?
Oh, that's a hard one. I've learned a lot through this process. I think for myself would probably be to do more research on the back side of the business, like not the fun stuff, but the hard stuff. I didn't go to college. And so I didn't get, a degree in business or marketing or anything like that. So I'm having to figure this out as I go.
Yeah.
So I wish for myself, I would have learned more about that before I jumped in, but we're making it. We're doing it. So
you're doing something right.
We're learning as we go here.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of entrepreneurs, they figure it out as they go.
Yeah.
Can you kind of attest to that, Jeff?
Yeah, absolutely. I have the scars to prove it. So I did a lot of stuff wrong through 9 startups over a long career. And you learn best by experience.
Absolutely. That's what I've told I just had a conversation with my employees the other day is you don't grow unless you're uncomfortable.
Exactly. And you're uncomfortable a lot when you start a business. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So who else is in the soda space? I mean, I initially think of maybe like Sonic. Are there any big chain competitors in the area?
Swig for sure.
Swig
for sure. When I started the business a few years ago, I knew Swig was obviously in our country. They were mainly more up north, Utah region. But they've slowly started to trickle down into Northwest Arkansas. So I would love to be able to expand to Chug before Swig was to get into kind of our hub here in Fayetteville. But I haven't made that jump to Fayetteville yet. We're still in Farmington, but Sonic is a big person for sure that we kind of have to watch out for. 7 Brew.
Yeah.
But Swig is probably our number one competitor. So
and do they have a location here?
They have one in Rogers and I think maybe Lowell. There's not one in Fayetteville yet that I know of.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
so
we got to get that second location open.
I know,
it sounds
man.
like.
I've got to win the lottery.
Yeah.
First.
Well, we were talking earlier, cameras were off. You guys just got awarded an Upstart Thrift grant.
I did.
Are there any other resources in the area that have helped you kind of be successful?
Really, that's been my first help from outside sources is receiving that grant. I've really done this on my own. I've not had any funding from anyone or help from anyone at all. It's just been myself grinding, honestly.
It seems like you're doing a really great job. No, seriously, it does.
I don't know. Some days it's questionable.
It seems like you've got a crazy busy schedule and you're still finding time to, instill important values in your team and doing the right thing. And you're a mother of 3.
Yes.
So how do you kind of balance it all?
I have people ask me that all the time. And I think the main thing is you just do it. Like you just do it. Like you just figure out how to make it work. And my husband, he is obviously my biggest supporter and his schedule is able to let me kind of fly and spread my wings with my own thing. But he helps me with the kids, obviously. And my parents are very helpful. And so again, you just do it. You just make it work. I can change my schedule at work some with working behind the chair. So that's helpful too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to pull your kids into the business someday? If you were to, what's that look like? Is this something where you see this as multiple locations and maybe your kids take an interest in it down the road?
I would love to have that happen. That's kind of a long-term goal if God sees that possible for me.
Sure.
My daughter has already expressed interest. I think she would be my best go-getter.
Yeah.
My boys, I don't know. They're boys. And so, but my daughter, she's our oldest, and I definitely would love to guide her through this process as well.
Is she already interested? Does she want to come in and see what's going on?
Oh, absolutely. I think she could fully run the business without me being there.
That's great.
She's only 11.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So
what is, a couple years down the line, I mean, we talked about potentially opening a location in Fayetteville. let's say 5 years down the line, what does success look like for you?
Being happy and having a good work-life balance, for sure, with my kids and my family, and just seeing where Chug goes. I remember when I opened the storefront, I told my husband, I said, I don't know. I said, this could go to craft real quick. I don't know. I mean, pardon my tone here, but yeah.
That's not nearly the worst thing that's been said on our podcast.
We've had to blow some out.
That's pretty tame.
Yeah. I was like, this could go to craft real quick. I'm like, but we're just going to see how it goes. And so we've definitely had hard months. But I'm just seeing where it takes us right now. I would love to grow the business and maybe expand to help other young adults, to guide them and kind of give them that confidence, and whether it be growing their own business or starting their own business, but giving them a good foundation of hard work. But also growing Chug and spreading, like just having a good time and doing something fun and a fun treat and just having a good time anywhere you're at. Positivity for sure.
Yeah. That might be one of the best answers we've ever had to that question.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sounds kind of cheesy, but it's just my husband, we're very passionate about that. We've realized in this process is to support young adults. A lot of kids now don't have that. And not saying that we're their parents or anything, but a lot of kids don't have support and have that, firm foundation of someone that they can get with guidance. So
setting a good example.
Yes, absolutely.
The work ethic.
Absolutely. And
trying hard things. I mean, all those are good attributes.
And that's what I'm pushing with especially my girls at the store is that for sure. For sure.
Very good. Yeah. Well, one of the final question we ask sometimes is, if you could take all this accumulated knowledge that you've had through your work experience and through launching Chug and go back in time, what advice would you give your younger self?
Man, that's a hard question.
That's why we ask it.
I know.
Don't say invest in Bitcoin. We get that one a lot. Say anything other than that.
I've tried that and that's not gone well. Okay. Oh man. I would say work hard and work harder and just continue to
just never give up. Keep grinding.
Never give up. Yeah. And I think it goes back to you only grow when you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So just to continue to put yourself into that uncomfortable position, whether it be to start a new job or to open a new business or whatever the case may be, but to constantly put yourself in those uncomfortable positions to grow, because otherwise you're just going to stay stagnant and doing what you're doing every day.
That's really good.
Yeah. Stagnant water's poisonous.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, where can our audience find out more about Chug or you? What's the best way for them to find out more?
So we have a great social media, and I will be honest, I do not do our social media. My sister-in-law does all of our social media for us. It's just not my thing, as it should be. But on our Facebook and our Instagram, and we've slowly started dabbling in TikTok some. So just Excellent. Our social media platforms, it's Chug NWA, and that's it.
Outstanding. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you for the drinks as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are great.
Check them out, guys.
Yeah, really good.
Good. I'm glad you like them.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share with a friend. Subscribe and review because it matters to us and we want to hear from you. If you're interested in learning how to work with us, check out the information below. See you next week.